This is a story about cuddle parties that are catching on in Cleveland. They're not new necessarily, but in Cleveland, this group told us that they are really getting some steam and that people who are complete strangers meet up. They spend an hour ahead of time laying out the ground rules. They practice question asking. Everything needs to be approved. May I hold your hand? Yes. May I lick your eyeball? No, right? This is, I mean, literally, they do this kind of thing. Well, you see them come together, and when we went, we thought, okay, let's see what this is all about. Well, you have this room of strangers just kind of at a party. It looks like people who are just kind of socializing for the first time. By the end of the night, they're laughing, they're relaxed, and you'll see there's something to it for them. And we thought to ourselves, why not show what their point is? Just be open. Why could you just be open to it? Look at all the things that we try to be open to nowadays. If it's something that makes you feel better about humanity, renews your faith in humanity, you feel peaceful, it's kind of a tonic, they say, for what we're up against nowadays. Oh, yeah. Well, if you remember with the RNC, they were giving out free hugs. Okay, this group who told me then later that they had started these cuddle parties. And that was really cool to see because you had these people, total strangers on the street. Can I give you a hug? And the look on people's faces, it takes them back for a second. And then they realize, hey, that was nice, right? And so that lady who was part of that movement said, we do these cuddle parties, you should come. So we did. And there's individual cuddle sessions as well, in which they get paid like $80 an hour. And if you think about what do you pay for a massage, about 80, what about like, at the therapist to get your head straight? Well, these people maintain non-sexual, and it's therapy that makes your heart happy. And you'll see when you watch the story, you'll be like, huh. And I love doing those stories that make you go, huh. Right? And expose you to something you may not have otherwise known about. Just being more open-minded, like we needed to be, actually, quite honestly, when we went there. These are all walks of life. These are all walks of life, older, all ages, younger. And I don't really expect them to take anything away from it except that they say, huh, right? And take whatever they want away from it. But in the business where we constantly do stories about, dear Lord, what is wrong with the world, this hatefulness and this spewing nastiness back and forth. Can you believe that total strangers could spend hours just being kind to each other and taking the stigma away from touch? And I can almost feel people watching going, oh, give me a break. I can feel it because we thought the same thing. But I'll tell you what, you'll watch it and say, okay, maybe you're not a believer, maybe you're not signing up for a cuddle party after you watch it, but you'll say, I see that they're onto something there, and it works for them. And if somebody's getting some peacefulness out of it and they're promoting goodwill and kindness and making new friends, how could that be wrong? To each his own.